What's up, guys? We all know that the world is currently going through a very strange time. This coronavirus pandemic is not part of a movie plot or a story from a book, but the unfortunate reality is that it's in over about 170 countries, and we hope that you're following the safety and hygiene rules, and that you're staying at home, not only for your own sake, but also for your loved ones. Because a pandemic is a serious thing, it can affect anyone, without exceptions, the rich, the poor, adults, kids, and the ordinary and the famous ones. Every day there are new numbers from around the world, including those infected, and there are some celebrities among them, so keep watching to find out which famous people are on the list of those who tested positive for coronavirus. And don't forget to subscribe to Curious Sips and turn on the notifications to not miss our newest videos with the juiciest news. The corona is out and about on the streets, and on March 25th, we got the news that Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, was infected with the coronavirus. And this information about the condition of the 71-year-old Prince Charles was reported by probably all media outlets around the world, and it was confirmed by the Prince of Wales headquarters. According to Clarence House, the prince is displaying mild symptoms but remains in good health, and he's still working and is in good spirits. William and Harry's father is isolating in his estate in Scotland. The prince's wife, Camilla, was also tested for coronavirus, but her result was negative, which means that she's not infected. So will the Duke and Duchess be isolated from each other? Or maybe Charles's wife decides to stay with him, just like the wives of the actors I'll tell you about in a second. What kind of ridiculous statement says it's not possible to determine from whom the prince caught the virus due to the high number of engagements he carried out in a public role in recent weeks? Does this mean that they also don't know who the prince could have infected? The fans of the monarchy were also worried about the health of the Queen, who on April 21st will celebrate her 94th birthday. That's why Elizabeth II, together with her husband, Prince Philip, left Buckingham Palace, and they're currently staying at Windsor Castle near London. There are fewer employees there, and the mother of Prince Charles doesn't have much contact with bystanders. And according to The Sun, if the situation gets worse, the monarch will move to her rural estate in Sandringham in Norfolk. Because of the situation, Prince William and his wife took over most duties on behalf of his grandmother and now probably his father, and people started speculating about Prince's growing chances of taking the crown faster. But this is a story for another video. What about other celebs with the virus? Tom Hanks was one of the first people who was infected. The outstanding actor and two-time Oscar winner broke the news on his Instagram. He was tested in Australia, where he was with his wife Rita Wilson. Hanks was filming a movie about Elvis Presley in which he plays the manager of the king of rock and roll, Colonel Tom Parker. And his wife was promoting her new album. So Hanks wrote that he and Rita felt very tired and they had body aches and colds. When the test turned out to be positive, they were hospitalized. After 5 days, the couple left the hospital in Queensland and they are staying in a rented house in Australia, where they're under quarantine. But you can see from their updates on Instagram that they're feeling good and staying positive. They're also trying to show support for others who are fighting this disease. Hank's wife even made a playlist on Spotify called Rita Wilson's Quarantines, where she added songs such as Lonely People, Dancing with Myself, I Will Survive, Survivor, Night Fever, or Don't Stand So Close to Me. Later, the actress and producer on Instagram showed messages from people who are also in quarantine, and they thanked them for making a light of the situation. The next celeb on the unfortunate list is the British actor and the internet's husband, Idris Elba, who announced he's infected on Twitter. He said, "I feel okay. I have no symptoms so far, but I have been isolated since I found out about my positive exposure to this virus. Stay home, people, and be pragmatic. I'll keep you updated on how I'm doing. No panic." A week later, his wife Sabrina also tested positive. She decided to quarantine with him even before he got his results. This actually caused a huge backlash because people thought that the star put his partner in danger. But the actor, known from the TV series Luther and the movies Avengers and Pacific Rim, explained that his wife wanted to be with him and he loves her more than anything, that he'd do the same for her. Idris also said that when something like this happens in the world, love is the most important thing. Sabrina admitted that it was a difficult decision, but she decided to be with her husband because she still wanted to be able to touch him. Did you think that was a sensible decision? What would you have done in her situation? But that's not all. In a recent video conversation with Oprah Winfrey, Elba admitted that he believed that the coronavirus was the planet's response to the destructive actions of humans. The actor hopes that the current situation will force people to rethink the impact we have on our planet. As it turns out, Prince Charles isn't the only royal infected with the coronavirus. The Prince of Monaco, Albert II, who's the son of Rainier III and former actress Grace Kelly, also tested positive for the virus. And currently, the 62-year-old is being treated by his doctor and specialist from the Princess Grace Hospital. The palace officials said in an official announcement that his health isn't worrying. The prince, who according to AP was the first head of state who was diagnosed with the virus. He will continue to work from his home office in his Monaco palace and stays in touch with members of his cabinet, government, and close associates. Recently, he asked the Monaco residents to respect confinement measures and to stop spreading the virus. The next person infected with the coronavirus is also Christopher Hivju, the actor known for his role as Tormund in Game of Thrones. Recently, he worked with Henry Cavill and the crew on the set of the second season of The Witcher, where he plays Nivellen. Obviously, the filming of the Netflix production has been suspended, and according to the reports, the representatives of the streaming platform contacted everyone who could have been around Christopher and asked them to stay in quarantine for 14 days and monitor their health. The actor is currently self-isolating at home with his family, as he announced on his Instagram. He wrote, "Greetings from Norway. Sorry to say that I today have tested positive for coronavirus. My family and I are self-isolating at home for as long as it takes. We are in good health. I only have mild symptoms of a cold. There are people at higher risk who the virus might be a devastating diagnosis, so I urge all of you to be extremely careful." Christopher also urged everyone to follow the safety rules. That means washing your hands, keeping distance from others, and staying at home. A star of another Netflix hit series, La Casa de Papel, Itziar Ituno, also announced that she has the coronavirus. The actress, who plays the part of Lisbon and previously was Inspector Raquel Murillo, shared a post on her Instagram in which she wrote that she was tested and her results were positive. The 46-year-old, who was self-isolated for 15 days, said that she was feeling fine and didn't have any serious symptoms. However, she asked her fans not to underestimate the problem, and she reminded everyone that the coronavirus can be dangerous, especially for those with weak immune systems, and that we still don't know how long it will last. She also asked to follow the rules and, if it's possible, stay at home and take responsibility for the sake of everyone. This information came out just when the viewers weren't sure what will happen with the premiere of the 4th season of La Casa de Papel, the series which is extremely popular on Netflix and the most watched non-English series. According to the recent official information, the series will be released as planned on April 3rd on Netflix, and just like the previous seasons, all episodes will be available and there will be 8 of them. It turns out that not all stars and famous people get tested. Greta Thunberg is probably the most famous teenager in the world. She became popular for her fight for the environment and to introduce eco-friendly solutions to our daily lives. She also announced that she probably had been infected with the coronavirus on her Instagram. The young activist wrote that she hadn't been tested because her case didn't require intensive treatment and only really serious cases are tested in her country in Sweden. After coming back from Brussels, Greta felt tired, had chills, a sore throat, and a cough. The girl's father, who traveled around Central Europe with her, had similar symptoms, but he also had a fever. That's why for the past 2 weeks, Thunberg has been self-quarantined at home, and because of the situation around the world and her symptoms, she's sure that she was probably infected with the virus. In addition to that, the 17-year-old Greta, who was already mostly recovered, warned that the greatest danger of the coronavirus is that it's hard to notice. The girl, who appeared on the cover of Time magazine, said that it's the fact that so many infected people aren't aware of the fact that they can carry the infection contributes to the spread of this virus. She also asked people to follow the recommendations of experts and authorities and to stay at home to slow down the spread of the disease. Greta also asked everyone to remember about others and to help each other. And although the coronavirus is a very serious thing, not everyone uses their common sense. There are so many fake news online, for instance, false information about stars infected with the coronavirus. And what do people do this for? For example, some time ago, fake news outlets reported about Daniel Radcliffe and his health spread on the internet. The news that the actor who's known for the role of Harry Potter also contracted the COVID-19 was published on a Twitter account and pretending to be the BBC. The information that the result of the actor's test was positive and that he had to be treated was quickly denied, and the fake account was deleted. The actor actually spoke out and explained that he was the victim of a not very funny joke spread by people online. And by the way, he found out about everything by accident when he was preparing for a theater performance. He said that he was about to have his makeup done, and then one of the makeup artists suddenly said that his niece just texted him that Radcliffe was infected. Later, the 30-year-old star joked that this is probably due to the fact that he constantly looks sick. sick, and that in the case, it's very easy to believe in such information. Alright people, I hope that you're following the rules of hygiene and that you're all social distancing. The best thing to do, of course, is to stay at home, and if it's possible, watch the videos on our channel. Anyway, tell us in the comments how you're spending your free time and how you're taking care of yourself and your loved ones. Let me know which information from this episode surprised you the most, and remember to subscribe to Curious Sips and leave a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends so they don't get bored. See you guys next time!